And okay, can we be done crying now, please? Can we be done crying? We don't have to cry. We don't have to cry. Ah! Ah! Okay, I love you, but you gotta go. Hi guys. I am gonna be showing you how I made this cabinet behind me right now. This is actually in the future. Currently, I already filmed how I actually made this. So this is the final product. So basically this video is going to be showing you how to make this moss wall and then how I hang my plants. So if you're interested in either of those things, keep watching. Okay, so this cabinet is the IKEA Baggebo cabinet, and it's $49 on IKEA. It's got the glass front, the little open door, and then the sides are actually like this metal mesh. So for me, I don't have those closed up because I'm not looking to make this like a greenhouse, because all the plants that I put in there are already acclimated to regular room humidity. I have gotten the question a lot, and I think just like a clear contact paper, like the stick-on, could cover those up and kind of create that greenhouse effect. So I think that'd be like super simple if that's what you're looking for. This is the netting that I used for the back of the cabinet. So I just measured it to the length and then I cut her out, and I will have that linked, by the way. It's just leftover from some moss bowls I had made. So how I did this is I just laid all of the moss how I wanted it, because it kind of comes out in like these size chunks. So just like lay it down, and then I took a needle and thread and quite literally just sewed it onto the back. You don't have to be a good sewer or anything like that. But since this is netted on the back, I'm making a mess. Since it's netted, it really like holds on to the moss when you're just sewing it through. Yeah, it ends up staying really well. It took me like 20 minutes to do this whole thing, because you literally just need like a little bit of it sewn on to keep it held up. It's preserved, so it'll stay this nice green. You don't have to like mist it or anything. All right, so now that we have that all set, I got these magnets from Amazon. Again, they'll be linked. And with these magnets, I started with putting 2 right on the top. Got the 2 up there. Now that those 2 are on the top, I'm gonna take my mat and this little netting part, just hang it from there, and then I'll hang this side also. And then I take more of them, move this guy, you'll see, kind of stick it in the middle there. You'll see, I just kind of find it and hook it through the black mesh netting. And I do that a couple times, like here maybe, and then down here. And you'll see these hooks actually come out a little bit, and you'll see later I actually hang some of my plants through these onto the back of the wall, and also from these ones up here. Okay, so for the lighting, I have these little Barina lights. Well, I just have the one, and I have it just zip tied in there, and then that way it shines on all of these plants. And then I have this light right here already for like Hoya, so I just attached another one of these extensions, and it's too big to fit through little panels, but this metal was super easy to just cut. Little inconspicuous hole. So just snake that through and plug her in. All right, it's plugged in. Now we got light. It's tilted, so you see it reaches this whole area. Another thing I love about this lighting setup is that these lights, these two lights are connected, and then I have it in a smart plug. So I have it set to come on and go off at certain times of the day. It's just super nice to not have to worry about that. I started by just filling the bottom row with plants. The Scindapsus didn't have a pole, and I wanted to keep those leaves up, so I just twisted a thin metal into something that had like 2 hooks on each side, so that one side could go through the plastic mesh backing and then the other side could hold on to the plant. With this smaller plant, it's in a very thin plastic cup, so I was able to use that little S hook and just poke it straight through this little plant pot to keep it held up. For this thicker pot, I cut a little hole through the back so I could stick the S hook in, and then again, the other side of the S hook is just sliding straight through the plastic backing to hold it on. You may have noticed too, when I was making the moss wall, I wasn't super strict about making sure to cover up every single little space because I knew there would be a ton of plants in here covering it anyways, so definitely didn't need to be a perfectionist about that. And also I'll show you, if there is like a little space showing like this moss is really good about being like slightly loosened so that you can kind of cover it as you go. And here it is all finished. I hope that answered some of the questions you guys had. If there's any other questions you have for me, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching and enjoying my cabinet with me.